Who do you think was born out of the semen that fell from God onto the earth in Memphis, Egypt? Adam. In his right hand. Interesting thing happened. The story of creation in Memphis, Egypt, was that God took his phallus, which is his male sexual organ, in his right hand, and he masturbated. And the semen that fell touched the ground, and life was given to the earth. Okay, now you say, oh, that's terrible. No, it's no more terrible than God impregnating a woman who, didn't understand what was going on. Who do you think was born out of the semen that fell from God onto the earth in Memphis, Egypt? Adam. Long before the Bible was written, Adam. But it wasn't spelled A-D-A-M, it was spelled A-T-U-M, atom, which is the same as atom, A-T-O-M. It's the center of all life. The center of life, the center of the universe is atom, A-T-O-M. But the first person that was born, according to the archives of creation of Memphis, Egypt, was Atum, A-T-U-M, and of course the name was changed to fit the English culture in Genesis to Adam, A-D-A-M, but it's the same. Don't you see? Remember in the book of Genesis when it says that God took a rib out of Adam and made Eve, procreated the species? When you take an electron from an atom, you multiply the energy. So, what's being said here? God took a rib out of Adam? Come on. Or is the Bible saying that life began by the splitting of the atom? Aha! Of course, a lot of fundamentalists will get upset with that because it makes too much sense, Not supposed to make sense. The Bible does make sense when you get behind the words. So anyhow, when Adam came forth, also out of this life were produced a brother-sister divinity known as Shu and Tefnut. And they gave birth to Seb, the earth god, and guess who the sky goddess was? Remember, Seb means the earth, the body. The sky goddess, who means the head, the consciousness, you know what her name was? Nut, N-U-T. Huh? That's why you say, oh, he's a nut. Well, you don't say he's a nut for no reason, because the sky goddess, or that which represented consciousness in Egypt out of Memphis, was named Nut. So, the Sumerians, which were a very ancient culture, established a superior culture. They constructed canals, they controlled the flood waters of the Nile, they were into agriculture and all that stuff. They made bread, they brewed ale, they made beer. They used to have beer back in those days. And I'll tell you what the Sumerians did in this culture that way before the Bible. They lengthened the year from 360 to 365 days. The divine God who looked over their development was the God-man incarnate. Incarnate means in that which is carnal. That's why Jesus is God incarnate. In that